Yeah, today, welcome back to my channel. I am working on part 1 of my video series of exploring St. Clair County, which is where I live. Starting out with Belleville, Illinois. I used to live in Belleville back 19 years ago. Yeah, I didn't know some cool things about Belleville, such as Buddy Ebsens grew up in Belleville. His parents apparently had a swimming pool or swimming hole near their house, or at their house. Kids would go swimming in it, and apparently now it's the site of one of the Belleville pools. So that's pretty cool. And it's ironic, I drove past it so many times over the years, didn't even realize I was driving past a piece of history. Also, when we're downtown, I'm going to go ahead and check out some of the old architecture down in Belleville, because there's quite a few cool buildings over there. So that's on tap for today. We're also going to stop at a place called Sugar High. It's a little bakery downtown, really close to the square. Then on the way out of town, like I said, we're going to go past Buddy Ebsens' childhood home. We're then going to go take one of the side roads through Swansea back towards Fairview Heights. It's a bit windy out today, so hopefully the microphone does a good job of eliminating that wind for us. Oh, also, to be clear, on this channel, I will not be doing any hoonigan nonsense, no wheelies, no stupid stuff. Not my style. So if you're tuning in expecting that kind of stuff and shenanigans, you are on the wrong channel. Just want to be upfront, honest, and ahead of that. That is not my intent here. So to talk about the bike that I'm on, actually, so I've got a Kawasaki KLR650S. Got the short model because I'm a bit shorter, so it just makes it a little easier to handle. Was a great option to get into adventure bikes. I absolutely love the thing. It is easy to handle, it's easy to ride, it's well balanced, in my opinion. For me it is. Maybe that's just because of how my build is. I put a Lex MXE exhaust on it. Went the cheap route there because I'm not about to spend 10% of the cost of the bike on an exhaust system. So I'm like, what can I do for a reasonable cost and get a little more noise out of it? I do have the quiet baffle in, and it still makes quite a decent noise. So if I ever want to be running around making even more noise, just take that baffle out, and it's quite noisy. The engine on this bike is a single cylinder, so we call it a thumper, and it's great for in the city, it's great for back roads, that kind of stuff. That's where it seems to be most happy, is that 35 to 55 mile an hour range. However, it'll handle interstate driving all day long without hesitation. So, it's a good bike all around. I can actually take it, and I'm going to this summer out to Missouri. There's something called the TMOT, I guess. I keep seeing that guy riding every time I'm out here. He's got a really cool setup in front of me. Hopefully we can catch up to him. Here we are down at the square in Belleville. Looks like a bunch of people are out enjoying this nice weather on their bikes. About down to that place that I want to eat at called Sugar High. Hopefully I can find decent parking down here. It looks like I am about to, because of this car. Alright, so part 2 here. I'm going to go check out some of these old buildings downtown. See what I can find. Actually, here, let's just go straight through the downtown, and I'll loop around to the other side. So yeah, just FYI, that stop over at Sugar High was delicious. Sat and enjoyed my London Fog, which is basically tea, I think some vanilla flavoring, and then Irish cream, maybe? Something like that. Delicious, delicious tea with some biscuits and gravy. Great way to spend 20 minutes down here. And at a very reasonable cost, too. The staff is always friendly in there. Yeah, I wanted to drive past this old building just because I love this style of architecture. So while I'm down here, why not? And then we're going to go pop over by Buddy Ebsens' house and check that out. I'm also going to kind of come towards the square from the opposite side here in a moment. Here we go, full stop, no feet down, and off we go. Yeah, it is weird too. If you get a motorcycle and start riding around, you will notice that in a car you don't really feel the temperature change, the smells changing the whole time you're driving, etc. You get on a bike, you go through those same areas, temperature changes constantly. The smells around you change constantly. The feel of the air even in general, right? It all changes as you move about, as you're traveling. So it's pretty fascinating. It's a different experience. It's definitely a lot more involved than driving a car. I get into like mental flow as well, because my mind is just cleared. I have time to think. I have time to do whatever when I'm on the bike, and it's honestly pretty cool. Because for someone with as much ADHD as I have, it's helpful to be able to separate from the day-to-day drama and stress and whatever. So yeah, down to the square, and then we move on from that. Sports shop. So many cool places down here. I need to come check it out more often. Once it gets nicer this year, it's on my list. Come check out some of the local shops. But now we go find Buddy Ebsens' place. Which again is funny because I have actually ridden past it many, many times over the years, never realized that it was right here. It's literally been in my path of travel back when I had a couple different jobs and would drive around down this way. Drove past it, had no idea. So I think that's kind of cool. Kind of a cool historical thing about the area. So those are the type of things, too, that I want to discover as I'm exploring. You know, what are the weird, quirky things about these towns? What's something we didn't know about? What's something that is right under our nose? You know, I don't know. I think that's pretty fascinating, especially when you realize the scale of, I live in this small county, St Clair County. It's not a huge county by any means, and it's amazing how little I know about it, even in a town like Belleville that I am familiar with. So, at some point, that's why I want to go and look at these other towns, find out interesting things about them, because who knows what else in this county I have no idea about, despite it being right under my nose. There's, you know, cool place, Cahokia Mounds, for example. Never been over there. Lived in this area for a long time and never been that way. So that's part of the goal here, and the exploration and the purpose of it is to kind of just, I don't know, familiarize myself more with where I live, and then over time expand on that and learn about other areas and so on and so on. So anywho, I always like the stretch of houses down here. Some really cool architecture going on with them as well. See a lot of potential in some of the houses for sure. Alright, the guy in the Porsche actually let me go. Sweet, thank you, sir. Much appreciated. It's gorgeous out here. Alright, so just up here on the left, it is the 2-story brick house, the second one on this block here. So it is not this first one, it is that second one right there. That apparently is where Buddy Ebsens grew up. And I'm shocked that I drove past all these times and never realized what it was. And I bet hundreds and hundreds of people every day are driving past here, going through the area, not even thinking about it, and driving past a historical landmark. So anyway, that's cool. Alright, so now there's a fun little road to get back to the Swansea area. That's what we're going to find next. And we're just going to enjoy some riding on this gorgeous, gorgeous day. This little road here, the wife actually taught me about this road. I didn't even know that it was a thing. And then one day we were riding along. She was out on the Honda Shadow 750, and I'm out on this thing. And she goes, "Hey, let's take this road home." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I was kind of surprised. This is technically, I think, in Swansea at this point, or at some point on this road it turns into Swansea. I don't exactly know the lines and boundaries out here. But yeah, it's almost this rural road right on the, right along 159. So a little less boring than driving on that straight line over there. Oh man, that's what I need. I need to get me a riding mower and start pulling up trash cans and stuff. Dude's a genius over here. Go, bro. That's awesome. Awesome stuff. Perfect. So tempting too. Every time I see a field or some construction area with a bunch of dirt, all that kind of stuff, every time I'm like, I could just kind of go off here accidentally and go have some fun in the dirt. And then I'm like, no, don't do it. It's okay. Stay away from it. It's so tempting. One day I'll do that. I mean, I'm going to go to the TMOT stuff anyway out there in Missouri and explore. So I just need to do it the right way. Like I said, with being a hoonigan, not going to do that anyway. So it just calls to me. I don't know. Anyway, neither here nor there. I guess you're hearing me vocally keep myself out of trouble with this. Well, anyway, so that's about it for this video. I'm gonna finish my route home now. Go run a couple errands today and get this video posted afterwards. But hope you enjoyed. Hope everybody stays safe out there as the weather improves and continues to get nicer. Please ride safe. Keep both wheels on the ground. Peace out. Love you guys. Bye.